Where do I start to tell you about the events leading up to this year's Brazilian Grand Prix? Clearly, the headline is the weather. It started raining about 3 hours ago, and although it abated for about 20 minutes, it started, as you can see, raining very, very heavily about 15 or 20 minutes ago. A lot of talk now that the race is too unsafe to start, and we have been told, in fact, by race control that the start will be delayed. Safety car is coming in at the end of this lap then. We've just been told by Mr. Whiting himself through the communication system here as Giancarlo Fisichella into the pit lane from the looks of things.
They're just going to fuel it up and take a gamble. So Jordan, that's a tactical move then. They were waiting for that message to say the safety car's coming in.
Look how Rubens Barrichello is bunching up the field. The safety car comes in, the crowd are cheering. Let's get back and have a look at what Rubens is doing though. He hasn't hit the gas yet. When's he going to hit it? Everybody's waiting. Webber's alongside David Coulthard. They're all waiting to see when Barrichello's going to drop the foot. Here he goes! Here he goes!
Not a smart thing to do at all, Rubens. That's bunching the pack too much. He should have just taken a sensible run. And now Coulthard might punish him for that down into turn one. And as long as Coulthard doesn't go and lock his brakes, which he hasn't done, Coulthard takes an easy lead then. Barrichello outsmarting himself.
Yeah, David Coulthard takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix from Rubens Barrichello. And, well, as you say, Martin, it didn't work out for him, that tactic. Mark Webber has managed to maintain third place. Kimi Raikkonen fourth, Trulli fifth, Ralf Schumacher sixth. But look at this, look at Raikkonen attacking Webber, and Webber's attacking Barrichello as Ralf Furman comes in.
They're going to put the same ploy with Furman then, who we believe is in the spare car now. New tyres.
Looks like the Williamses are on the move behind. I think Ralf Schumacher attacking the fifth place man, Renault of Jarno Trulli. So a great scrap going on there in that back bunch behind Raikkonen. Trulli, Ralf Schumacher, Michael Schumacher, and Montoya also on the move as well. Look at Raikkonen though, he's having a go at Barrichello. Can he make it stick?
Can he make it
stop?
Yes,
he can. Oh, nice move. Runs a little bit wide, but he's got track position. Where's Mark Webber gone? Down to fourth.
Yes, Webber is first, second, third, fourth, fifth actually for Mark Webber. I think I saw him coming into that corner. So again though, we've seen the Michelin wets on the McLaren looking good, and so too is the Michelin shod Williams BMW of Montoya as he takes over the place from Rubens Barrichello. So Montoya up into third, Coulthard, Raikkonen, Montoya.
Raikkonen closing right up on Coulthard, Barrichello dropping down the order as well.
Coulthard really lost a lot of time somewhere to Kimi Raikkonen on that lap. Raikkonen appears to be more confident at this stage for whatever reason, just taking metres out of Coulthard.
And Montoya, we believe, has gone up into third place. Look at Raikkonen having a look down the inside of his teammate, but Coulthard resists. Teammates there having a good scrap. The Williams is joining them very quickly indeed, and Montoya having a pretty special start to this Grand Prix. His teammate Ralf Schumacher has dropped back to 7th place. Michael Schumacher has dropped down to 8th.
Coulthard just put a wheel on the white line, lost some traction coming out of the corner. We'll give Raikkonen a good look at him as well. Look at the amount of spray they've got. Remember, they're on intermediate tyres still, and Raikkonen will get a look at the inside of Coulthard. It'll be a brave move though against your teammate in these conditions, and he's made it work.
Wow! Kimi Raikkonen puts down a marker for David Coulthard. Coulthard knew he couldn't chop across him. It's his own teammate. What's he supposed to do? Raikkonen forced him into a position where he just had to let him through. But Coulthard's got lost track. Montoya goes around the outside, up onto the wet paint. They're side by side. They almost touch down the back straight, and Coulthard gets out of the throttle. Brave move by Juan Montoya. Has he run wide though, Martin?
No, he'll save that one. So the two leaders then, they've got so much more confidence than anybody else. They're lapping 2 to 3 seconds faster than anybody else on the racetrack. Raikkonen and Montoya, the car's working underneath them. They're feeling good about it. For whatever reason, Coulthard went off at a great pace, but now has lost confidence somewhere.
Let's have another look. There's been an incident here. That's one of the Renaults, and that's Ralf Schumacher, probably Jarno Trulli. They were together. Both of them seem to have resumed, though.
Raikkonen coming over to lead the Grand Prix, and look then, Michael Schumacher passing Barrichello too now.
Yeah, Rubens Barrichello was in 4th place. Can't see where Mark Webber's got to. Is he in front of the Barrichello-Schumacher combo, or is he behind them? He was behind Barrichello at the end of the last lap. Hasn't come across the start-finish line yet. There he is. And there are the two Ferraris behind him. So Webber had got in front of Barrichello as well. Rubens Barrichello clearly struggling with some kind of problem. We've had obviously quite a few laps under the safety car, but look at this. This is the McLaren of David Coulthard now, finding a bit more grip, finding a bit more speed, and he's giving a run at Montoya. Montoya's had a slow run out of Juncao. Don't know what happened there, but Coulthard just, candy from a baby.
Yeah, you'd have to think that Montoya, slightly different line, but his traction control looked like it was working too much in there at that time. And Coulthard then easily taking second place from Montoya. Once again, Mark Webber and Michael Schumacher in fourth and fifth. There they are in the background, very, very fast. Schumacher now, fastest man on the racetrack.
Webber's going to really struggle to keep Michael behind him here, I fancy, because Schumacher is on the move, on the attack. Montoya, they can both sense, is something of a wounded animal. And Schumacher goes alongside Webber. I think Schumacher may well have got Mark Webber.
There's a lot more grip at the inside of Juncao. Coulthard found it to pass Montoya, and I think Michael's found it now. There's so much more grip if you just keep a tight line. And Montoya was going outside and running along the white line, and therefore you can hear the traction control desperately trying to hold up the engine and not spin the rear wheels. So there's a special line out of that last corner that needs to be found. Really seriously under pressure, isn't he? But this is where he'll struggle to get that traction, and that's why the Ferrari can slingshot out. Montoya won't yield too easily, but he's having to, because he knows he hasn't got the grip when he gets there. Michael just drives around the outside of him, confident that Montoya wouldn't tag his right rear wheel.
Michael Schumacher then, beautiful pass for position. He's up to third now, and he's 9 seconds behind the leader, Kimi Raikkonen, on lap 16. A spinner here, one of the Minardis, Verstappen, getting onto the asphalt there on the runoff area.
It's Wilson,
I beg your pardon.
And he's, according to the computer, he has stopped down there. Did not get go, yes indeed, now we're seeing it out of the replay.
Coulthard now just 1.4 seconds behind his teammate Kimi Raikkonen. Michael Schumacher, though, on the move. Look at this, 6.3 seconds behind. That's been a shunt for Olivier Panis in the Toyota. He's ripped the rear wing off it.
Down in 17th place, and has he been hit from behind? Oh, that's Ralph Furman about to come in and whack the back of him. How did that happen? Did Ralph touch somebody, or did he have a front suspension failure down that straight? And I think it's a front suspension failure. He had that earlier on, didn't he? Was it Melbourne? But what's happened is his front, maybe he's tagged a car earlier in the race, but the front just giving away, breaking like an egg. A lot of debris down into turn one. Safety car has been deployed.
Well, Kimi Raikkonen had David Coulthard breathing down his neck. The Scotsman had closed up to within 0.4 of a second for him, so he's not lost too much to Coulthard, but they've both lost a lot to Michael Schumacher.
And they're pitting.
Yep.
Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, all pitting.
Yep, smart move. This is lap 19 then of the 71 lap Grand Prix. They were going to be coming in for a pit stop deep into the 20s probably. They're all taking advantage of this.
Straight race then. How will they fuel this Ferrari? Can they get him out in front of Coulthard? They've dropped the front down very quickly. Did not change the tyres from what I could see. And Coulthard gets out and remains in front of Michael Schumacher. They were second and third. Raikkonen electing to carry on.
Yep, Raikkonen did not pit. Quite a lot of cars coming in now. Montoya, Barrichello, Alonso, Webber, Button, Trulli, Ralf Schumacher, Villeneuve, all in the pits.
We've now got a near collision, Ted.
Yes, it's depending on which teams are queuing the cars. Renault have queued the cars, taken both Alonso and Trulli in. Williams have also queued the cars. Ralf has just come in. Montoya almost hit Trulli as he was coming in.
Raikkonen has lost out quite badly here because he didn't choose to pit. So you're looking at second and third place man who have had a free pit stop, James.
Now, before we saw Rubens Barrichello make a mistake when he should drop the throttle and really push this field. Will Kimi Raikkonen make the same mistake? Look, he's seeing if they're all there. He's going to do it on the turn into Juncao. Coulthard's ready for it. So's Michael Schumacher. Very, very experienced drivers, those two. The less experienced Raikkonen has got a good drive out of Juncao and up the hill. He's done it again. A very nice start from Kimi Raikkonen. D'Amato's done well also in the Toyota. He goes through the frame. Barrichello fifth. They're not allowed to overtake until they cross the start-finish line as they do now. And D'Amato attacking Barrichello. And look at this. Who's this coming at the inside? Wow! Was that Ralf Schumacher? Montoya it was. Montoya trying to have a go at Barrichello. He came from so far back.
He did indeed. And Barrichello, I would imagine, had to just get out of the way then. Otherwise, he's going to be taken out. Montoya taking no prisoners whatsoever down into that first turn. And D'Amato coming under pressure in the sole remaining Toyota from the Ferrari of Rubens Barrichello. He moves up then to fourth place. And Barrichello's back in front of Montoya somehow. So we know that Coulthard and Michael Schumacher did put new tyres on as well, so they're not in danger of burning through the treaded part of their wet tyres. And big accident.
Montoya and Pitsonia. It looks like Montoya on the left in the BMW Williams, Pitsonia on the right. Here's what happened, Martin.
Yes, and got away from Pitsonia, aquaplaned, and I've got a feeling that Montoya's just going to have his own accident. No, he's already gone off. So Montoya, they both aquaplaned on the same. That's what I was just talking about in turn 3. And there's just new water coming from somewhere, James.
Yep, there is. It must be coming out of some drainage hole or something somewhere. This is the battle then at the front, the top 4 in the order you can see. There's a superb scrap as well going on for 6th place between Mark Webber and Ralf Schumacher in the BMW Williams. Louise, what can you tell us?
Drivers already probably having problems with Stanley Water. I think they're about to get a bit more.
Schumacher's on.
Michael Schumacher has crashed. Sorry, Louise, but as Martin spotted, Michael Schumacher's gone straight on in the same place as Pitsonia. Is it? Yes. Yes, there's Montoya's car. That's Pissonia's car. Schumacher's made the same mistake.
Yeah, they need to get out of there ASAP because others can well go in there. Look, and Michael, that's what I was telling you about. It's fine one lap. The next lap is a fraction more water, and it's good night. Safety car is out again. They're having to they'll get in there and try somehow to clear some of that water, but that water's coming from another source.
Kimi Raikkonen is in the pits. The race leader has come into the pits, and that means that David Coulthard leads the Grand Prix. The field is streaming past us now. Raikkonen certainly lost quite a bit of track position here. There's the safety car going into the pit lane. He's safely off the racetrack. David Coulthard then will bring them round on lap 29 of 71. And what a great restart he's had. And it's Barrichello who's under pressure now from Ralf Schumacher, who goes around the outside. What a move by Ralf Schumacher. Oh, but Rubens is back again on the outside, side by side, into the danger zone. This is where all the water is. They both safely through it. Mark Webber watching it all from behind in 4th place. And now Webber is attacking the back of Ralf Schumacher. What a restart.
Some brave moves going on down there into turn 1. It's great there because it's wide piece of track and there's equal grip all the way across the track. So it's worth having a go. Inside, outside, you really can't defend your line. And Ralf Schumacher, having had a bit of a nothing weekend, suddenly sees a great opportunity. Coulthard then, as I said, this is purely intermediate racetrack stuff until he gets here in the heart of turn 3, and the car just moving around a little bit. It just balances the throttle, just releases the grip on the steering wheel and not put too much energy into the tyre, and hope and pray that you can get through it on that particular lap.
Oh, and that's Button. He was in a promising position, 5th he was, and he's gone off now. Is that the same place?
Yep. He's gone off further round though, and then he put some opposite lock in. That was a big accident. Safety cars on standby, but Button was further round turn 3, corrected the slide, and then unfortunately the front tyre did bite, and bang, straight to the scene of the accident. I'm pretty sure he'll be just fine because the tyres did a good job of slowing him down. Safety car is out again for the 4th time this afternoon. This, James, is a race of survival. Just 11 runners then, and we're just at half distance.
And across the start-finish line we go. It's something a bit like the Grand National, this, isn't it, really? A tough race. Very difficult to say who's going to win it. It's really more about survival than anything else. It's not about outright performance, even though all of these guys are true thoroughbreds. Anyone that can keep a Grand Prix car on the island and out of the Armco barriers is a superstar here this afternoon.
Might only be 11 runners, but there's still plenty of action in the midfield. Alonso up into 4th, you can see him there, just behind Ralf Schumacher. Alonso then, and Raikkonen, the 2 young men that were such stars in Malaysia, have kept their head, kept their cars in line so far this afternoon.
Yes, it really has been a bit of a lottery, though. If it can catch out Michael Schumacher with just a river of water coming out of the couldn't catch anybody. Look at this, though. This is Raikkonen attacking Alonso. Side by side. Look how the car's bouncing as he tries to get the brakes on. And he's done it. A very clean move for position by Kimi Raikkonen. He's now up into 4th place. and he's got more fuel on board than the cars in front. Look how Ralf Schumacher is struggling to control that Williams. Raikkonen got a better drive through 3. He's going to be able to take the BMW Williams. They almost touch as they go down the straight. Ralph's on the right, Kimi's on the left. Ralf keeps his foot in it. Kimi tries the outside line. Can he keep it round? Yes! What a move! What a driver this guy is. I mean, what can you say? He's only 23, won his first Grand Prix already, and he just doesn't fear anybody or anything.
That was spectacular, and it's like, I don't care what you do, I'm going to go a little bit faster. You go inside if you want, you take the racing line, I'll take the outside line then. And Raikkonen then spectacularly taking the place from Ralf Schumacher, and immediately will start turning his attentions to Barrichello just up the road.
What a massive hero. That's a replay of Alonso and Ralf Schumacher.
It's good stuff if Alonso gets round the outside of Magullo. The kids are driving all round the outside of him this afternoon, and that was extremely impressive.
It's very, very difficult, and whoever wins this race today will well and truly deserve it. It's been a chaotic race, no question about it. Oh, that's Webber. He spun it. Same place as everyone else. Can he rescue? Yes, he can. Well, he's done something no one else managed to do, and he's still in the Grand Prix.
Save of the day then for Mark Webber. That was amazing. Looked like he was on his surfboard in Bondi Beach, didn't he? Hooked it all up and just carried on. Nicely done.
Best save since Gordon Banks. Fantastic. So, lap 44. Look at this battle here at the lead, for the lead between Barrichello and Coulthard. This time round, Barrichello not quite so close to David Coulthard. And he's made a mistake, and Barrichello's through into the lead. Listen to the crowd. Fantastic performance. Looks to me like there's more water coming out on that track as well, down there outside of turn 3. And the drying line appearing, you're looking for it all the time, obviously trying to stay on the dry stuff as much as possible, but do you not have to keep these things quite cool as well?
Yeah.
Oh, he's slowing, is he?
Yes, he is.
He's slowing, Rubens Barrichello. I don't believe it. He's retired here 8 years in a row. He was leading here last year and this happened. Coulthard goes past him. Raikkonen goes past him. Ralf Schumacher goes past him. And you hear that thump. That's thousands of hearts in Sao Paulo in the grandstands hitting the floor. Rubinho is out of the race. Oh my goodness. Hey, this guy's third. Giancarlo Fisichella in the Jordan on the Bridgestone Intermediate tyres is in third place in the Grand Prix.
The race leader, we're pretty sure, is going to pit, and indeed he does. Look at the water standing in the entry of the pit lane. Coulthard then has got to get it slowed down. Just hope he didn't go over that white line speeding, otherwise he'll get a penalty. And Coulthard comes into the pit lane. He needs a super quick stop.
He does. The target here is to get back out in front of Fernando Alonso. Kimi Raikkonen's going to pass him. I think Fisichella will as well. Ted?
It's all going very, very, very well for David Coulthard. Wet tyres go on again. Now he's away.
Raikkonen's gone a long way on these tyres. He stopped back on lap 27, did Kimi Raikkonen. So those tyres are going to be getting pretty second-hand by now.
Yeah, and Fisichella's tyres have done a fair bit of work as well. Here we go, Fisichella takes the lead. What a move. What happened to Raikkonen?
He just got, same with Coulthard earlier on, he just got a terminal understeer, and I'm sure they're burning out those front Michelins, and Fisichella leads the Grand Prix. Raikkonen will surely have to stop for some tyres.
Take a look at Jacques Villeneuve in 6th place. He's just done the fastest first sector of the race so far. His best lap of the race so far in a 1:22.7. He's beginning to come into frame, and that's a big shunt for Mark Webber. It looks like he's okay though, but he's taken half the car off.
Is that in the pit straight? It is in the pit straight, and it will be an enormous accident then, because that's something like 150 miles an hour. It's the back end of the Jaguar has got away from him. Safety car out, of course, and this will play into the hands of anybody who's yet to stop for fuel. Oh, and we've got another car
Alonso.
off. We think Alonso's come round and probably found.
Race stopped.
Red flag. Race has stopped. Alonso, he's obviously come through there and either lost the car in the same place or suddenly realised there was a big incident and hit the brakes.
And I believe we're past three-quarter race distance, lap 55, in which case we may well be declaring a result here. We need to calculate that for you. But
and it'll go back.
Yes,
it'll go back one lap. So
Martin, I have to interrupt you because the Jordan team are bouncing up and down in the pit lane. We're looking at the images there of that incident of Alonso. Debris all over the track. As far as the Jordan team are concerned, this race is over and they have won it.
The race will be deemed to have finished when the leading car crossed the line before the signal was given. So he did cross the line in the lead, didn't he? Fisichella wins the Grand Prix if they choose not to restart, and you have to believe with 27 minutes remaining, and that's a Jordan on fire in the pit lane.
It's Fisichella, of course. The car's on fire. The race-winning car in Parc Fermé has caught fire. Well, if ever you wanted a bizarre day, this is surely it. And there's Fisichella, his first win in Formula One. He can't believe it, can he? Look at that. Well, we said whoever won this Grand Prix would deserve it. This is his 110th start. He's been so close many times. Been second before.